Hello. I just want to say something about getting married for women. I think women that want to get married do better if they abstain or decide not to be intimate with men. It sounds counterintuitive. You think, well, if you give them what they want, then they would like you more. And that's not how men are. Men, you need to present yourself a woman to a man, not a puppet. You don't have to do everything he wants you to do in order to please him. You have to do what's best. And that man will hold you in respect when you hold your standards and your beliefs and your womanhood and keep it intact. He doesn't want to marry himself. He wants to marry a woman, and he is a man. He wants to marry someone who's an other. He doesn't want to marry his twin. And in fact, he needs somebody who is strong, who has their own mind, who's independent. Never mind what everyone's telling you. Being independent doesn't mean you don't know how to depend on somebody. It's a moment thing. In a moment, I can be independent. I can take care of things I need to take care of. In the next hour, I can become dependent on the person I'm with because I don't need to take care of it myself. He's taking care of it for me. So he wants the kind of man that's looking for a wife and is open to getting married. Typically, and I'm talking about men of color, they want somebody who's a woman, a complete woman. Not I'll do whatever you want me to do without a mind. No. No, a man with having says, I want a woman that has her own value system, that knows how to tell me no, that knows how to do what's right, that makes the right decisions and lives with them, that says what she means and means what she says. I can depend on her word too. And that is a person that a man can value and treasure and hold on to and will want to hold on to. Some women think it's as easy as being mean. I will tell you something. Being kind of mean towards men, certain men, will get you things and materials and maybe opportunities, but it's certainly not going to get you a husband. That's not being just mean. Now, having your own mind, standards, value system, those can get you into a marital relationship if you want that. Because a wholesome man is looking for a woman that's also whole. So you understand? A lot of the conversations right now make women think that men want you to be mushy and so soft. They get softness confused with being weak. Nobody wants a weak woman. Woman has to be as strong as her man in terms of being able to stand on her own and stand up for what's right. Women have always been the backbone. So a man that's a desirable man is going to need someone who has her own mind. When he's not around, she can make the decisions on his behalf. She can speak on his behalf. She will represent him well. So that's why all of the things that we're talking about in terms of your dress code, and I'm not telling anybody what to do, but those things all come into play because you become his representative. He feels proud of you. That is my wife. You're an extension of him, whether you like that or not. For some women are not going to like it, but those that want to get married, that's typically how the men view women. Now, some men are going to say, I don't see my wife as an extension of myself. Stop lying. Of course you do. When you have a person that takes your name onto her name, she has to represent that man in a good light. So those things come into play: how you dress, how you speak, carry yourself in public, your decisions. I'm not going to go into education and stuff like that because that's specific. That varies. But so this is what I want to share about, if you want to get married, first of all, start saying no to No should be the word of the year. No should be your word for 2023. No. You're not going to be intimate. And that has to be something that you're comfortable doing. If you're not comfortable, then maybe you should make yourself comfortable with it. It's just the way it goes. Women were told by the feminist movement that we are the same as men, and that's not true. And also men have a perspective, a way that they see the world, whether you like it or not. And they like to feel like you belong to them. One, you have good character. Two, being able to say no to intimacy, physical intimacy, takes a lot of strength. And they're like, some men are like, wow. So if she said no to me, she said no to other people, and they just value that power that she has. I can't tell you much more about what they think about it. I just know that a lot of men really respect women that are able to say no, and they really feel like, I need to make her my wife. If you've got all the other things covered, then they're like, nah, she's a keeper. Got it? They can trust you because you stand for something. Do you understand that? That's why this whole cater to him movement is terrible. You have to have your own mind. And let me tell you a secret before I go. Cater to yourself. Cater to you. Cater to you. Take wonderful care of yourself. And I bet you'll have somebody who will more likely take wonderful care of you. If you don't take care of yourself, now you're hoping that some guy comes along and wants to take care of you. But if you're all the things I'm saying and you take great care of yourself, now this man's going to look at you like a treasure and say, I'm taking care of her the way she takes care of herself, because you're not going to tolerate any less. Got it? So you're like, I always do such and such and such. Unless he's a con artist, he's going, because there are men that are con artists. Unless he's a con artist, he is going to go, okay, that's what she's used to doing. So get your standards in place for yourself, not a rule book for the other person. Get your standards for yourself in place. Get your lifestyle for yourself in place. And get yourself your husband. Remember, no is the word for 2023. Sorry, I don't do that. And stick with it. Don't cater to him. Even if he wants you to do it, I said no. Your word has to mean something. You can't expect his word to mean something and your word doesn't mean anything. If you said something, stand by your word or don't say it. Bye now.